Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to lecture 7 of our series about grammatical rules and systems. If you remember in the previous lecture, lecture 6, we talked about apposition. So we will go back to this in this lecture, and we will talk a bit more about it, and we mentioned the types of apposition. So we said that apposition is a function, so it is one of the functions of the noun phrase, and the noun phrase is, as you know, abbreviated as MP. So it is one of the functions of the MP, and we can define it as a noun phrase that describes the same person or thing as another noun phrase that came before it. So we have two noun phrases, one that comes after another one, and they both describe the same person or thing. Okay, so two noun phrases, one comes after the other one, they both follow each other, there is nothing between them, there is no and or but or anything, so they come right after each other and they describe the same person or thing as both describe the same thing. So if the second noun phrase describes the same thing or the same person that the first noun phrase describes. Okay, so in this lecture we will discuss the types of apposition a bit more. Apposition can be either restrictive or non-restrictive. Okay, so we have restrictive apposition or non-restrictive apposition. Restrictive from restriction, okay, to put a limit on something. And of course non-restrictive is the opposite, so we say that something is either restrictive or not, so not non-restrictive. The first type, restrictive apposition, we have this example: your friend Ahmed Ali is here. Okay, so we have the noun phrase your friend, we have the noun phrase Ahmed Ali, they both come the second one comes right after the other one, and the second noun phrase here is called an appositive because it refers to the same person as the first noun phrase. So Ahmed Ali is an appositive because it refers to the same MP as or it refers to the same person as the first MP, your friend. Okay, in this example the second MP restricts the meaning of the first MP. So Ahmed Ali restricts the meaning of your friend, it limits the meaning of your friend. If we say your friend is here, we may be talking about any friend. Okay, we might be talking about Khalid, Ahmed, Salih. Okay, so any friend can is a possibility if we say your friend is here. But when we say your friend Ahmed Ali is here, we limit the MP your friend with the second MP Ahmed Ali. So in this case Ahmed Ali is called a restrictive appositive. Okay, so this is an example of restrictive apposition. So in this case a way to make this clearer, you can ask which friend. If we say your friend, okay, so your friend is here, what you're going to say is which friend. Okay, which friend is here, and Ahmed Ali answers this question. So your friend Ahmed Ali, your friend, when we say which friend, it is Ahmed Ali. Okay, so in this case Ahmed Ali limits and restricts the meaning of the first MP. We call the MP Ahmed Ali in the previous example a restrictive appositive. Okay, and you will note that in this type of apposition we do not use commas before and after the appositive. So if you go back to the sentence and look at it again, you will notice there are no commas before Ahmed Ali and after it. Okay, in the next type of apposition we use commas, and we will see this in a bit. So the second type, non-restrictive apposition, for example, Ahmed Ali, comma, your friend, comma, is here. Okay, so Ahmed Ali, your friend, is here. Here we have two noun phrases. Ahmed Ali is the first noun phrase, your friend is the second noun phrase. They both come right next to each other, and the second noun phrase refers to the same person. And it is similar to the previous example, but what we did here is what we started with Ahmed al-Ali. Okay, so in restrictive apposition, Ahmed al-Ali comes after your friend, okay, or your old friend. But here we started with Ahmed al-Ali, okay, and in this case, because Ahmed al-Ali is a proper noun, remember we discussed proper nouns before, we said they are unique, okay, so Ahmed Ali refers to one person, one individual, and this is why it doesn't need modification. When we say your old friend, you will ask which old friend, okay, but when you say Ahmed Ali, you know that Ahmed Ali is a particular person that is unique, and this is why your old friend gives additional information, okay, so it only adds information, it doesn't restrict the meaning of the first MP, and this is why we call it an unrestricted apposition, and we put commas before and after it, okay, so your old friend is an unrestricted apposition, and we use commas before and after it, so it only adds information, okay, it doesn't restrict, it doesn't restrict, and it doesn't limit, okay, so your old friend is an unrestricted, is an example of an unrestricted apposition. Also you note here, as I said before, so we use commas in this type, before and after the appositive. Let's look at this exercise. Decide whether the appositive in the following sentences is restrictive or non-restrictive. So you need to look at each sentence, find the appositive, and then decide, is it restrictive or non-restrictive. Look at number 1. The shopkeeper Uthman is a hard-working man. So we have two noun phrases, the shopkeeper and Uthman, okay, and they are both the Uthman comes right after the shopkeeper, so Uthman is an appositive, but it also serves to limit the first MP, okay. When we say the shopkeeper is a hard-working man, we might refer to any shopkeeper, okay. You might ask, which shopkeeper do you mean, right? But when we say the shopkeeper Uthman, we restricted the meaning of the first MP. We are now talking about someone called Uthman, who is a shopkeeper, okay. So in this case, Uthman is the appositive, and it is restrictive. So in number 1, Uthman is a restrictive appositive. In number 2, Dr. Omar, my linguistics professor, published a book, okay. So there is a person called Dr. Omar, and he is my linguistics professor. These are two noun phrases, two MPs. Dr. Omar came first, my linguistics professor came right after it. So my linguistics, and they both refer to the same person, so they both refer to Dr. Omar. And in this case, my linguistics professor is an appositive, but it doesn't restrict the meaning. So when we said Dr. Omar, we know the person exactly, okay. We will not ask Dr. Omar, who is Dr. Omar, okay. We know, the speaker and listener know that this Dr. Omar is the professor of linguistics, okay. So the listener and speaker understand which Dr. Omar we mean. So my linguistics professor is not restrictive. It doesn't restrict the meaning of the MP, Dr. Omar, and this is why my linguistics professor is called an unrestricted appositive. So in number 2, the answer is B. 3, Majid and Saleh, my cousins, will visit us tomorrow, okay. So again, Majid and Saleh, first MP, my cousins, second MP, they refer to the same persons. Both are plural, of course, and my cousins doesn't restrict the proper nouns Majid and Saleh. So in this case, my cousins is an unrestricted appositive. Alright, so the answer for number 3 is B. Okay, now we move on to prepositional phrases. So we talked a bit about prepositions and the function of the noun phrase that comes after a preposition, and both the preposition and the noun phrase are called a prepositional phrase, okay. So a prepositional phrase consists of, or is composed of, a preposition and the noun phrase. Okay, so you notice here we have a phrase within a phrase. We have a noun phrase inside a prepositional phrase. So prepositions, as you remember, are words like in or on, which are followed by a noun phrase, as we said. For example, Muhammad is in the classroom. In the classroom is a prepositional phrase. We have in, which is a preposition, and we have the classroom, which is a noun phrase. We have the and classroom. This is, as we called it, a nominal group. Okay. In this example, the phrase in the classroom is called a prepositional phrase. It has a preposition in and an MP, the classroom. Of course, the function of the MP is the complement of the preposition. No, it is the object. Okay, so this is a mistake here. The function of the MP in this sentence is the object. It is the object of the preposition in. Muhammad is in the classroom. Please correct this one. So it is the object. It is the object of a preposition, as we discussed previously. So please remove complement, cross it out, and write object in its place. Sorry for the mistake. A preposition normally comes before an MP, but it can also be separated from its MP, as in the following examples. So, as we said, in prepositional phrases we have the preposition, and right after it is the noun phrase. But sometimes they can be separated. Okay, sometimes the noun phrase might not even be seen in the sentence. So, in the first example, we have both of them. First the preposition and then the noun phrase, as usual. So the man is standing on the platform. The preposition on, and the platform is the object of the preposition. It is here, and they are both right next to each other, as usual. But we can also say, what is the man standing on? Okay, so we are asking about the object or thing that the man is standing on. So the platform, the noun phrase, is not seen in this sentence. Okay, so it is separated from the preposition. The preposition is now separated from the noun phrase, the platform. But there is still association between them. Okay, so when you answer this question, the platform will appear again. So what is the man standing on? The answer will be, he is standing on a platform. Okay, or on the platform. So the platform is still there. Okay, there is still association between it and the preposition. The next example here, the platform that the man stood on was very narrow. Okay, we can put a clause in the middle here. So the platform, the noun phrase, came before the preposition, and it is here, the platform that the man stood on. All this is the subject. Okay, so the platform that the man stood on, we separated the preposition and the noun phrase, and even the noun phrase came before the preposition in this case. These are some of the cases in which we separate both noun and preposition, but the association is still there. The association between the two still exists. So he is on the platform. There is still association. There is still a link between the two. They are still one unit in reality. Okay. Alright, let's look at some of the uses of prepositional phrases, the ideas that they can express. Okay, so we can express a number of ideas with prepositional phrases. Number one, place. We can tell the place of something with a prepositional phrase. So we say the book is on the desk. Okay, on the desk here is the place. On the desk is a prepositional phrase, or PP, and it tells us the place of something. Okay, so on the desk is a prepositional phrase used to tell us or express the idea of place. Number two, movement. He walked to the mosque. Okay, so here we are expressing movement. Someone walking, moving, and going to a place. Here in this case, the mosque. Okay, so to the mosque is a prepositional phrase, and it expresses the idea of movement. Number three, I finished the exam in 1 hour. So here we have time. 1 hour, which is the time it took me to finish the exam. So this is a prepositional phrase that expresses the idea of time. Manner as well. Manner means the way of doing something. Okay, how someone does something. This is called manner. So he finished it with little effort. Okay, so the way he finished it, the manner he finished it, is with little effort. So he didn't use much effort to finish this thing. Okay, so he finished it with little effort. This is the manner of finishing something that the person did. Okay, so with little effort is an expression of manner, and it is one of the uses of the prepositional phrase with little effort. Number 4, purpose. So purpose means whether this belongs to this someone, or what is your intention for doing something or getting something. So what is your purpose? This message is for Ahmed. For Ahmed is a prepositional phrase, and it conveys purpose. So this message that I have is for Ahmed. This is my intention, is to give it to Ahmed. It is intended. Okay, the intention, purpose can be intention. So this message is intended to be given to Ahmed, or to be received by Ahmed. Number 5, agency. If you remember in your previous studies of the passive and active, we said that, you might have learned that in the passive you can add the agent to the end using by, using the preposition by. So the window was broken by the young boy. So the young boy is the person who broke the window. In the active voice we say the young boy broke the window. So here it is the subject. The young boy broke the window. This is active. We call it active voice. You remember voice? We discussed voice previously. In the passive voice, okay, we take the window and make it the subject. So we say the window was broken. Was, verb to be, plus the past participle. Verb to be plus the past participle, which is one of the type of verbal groups, if you remember. So was broken by the young boy. We can say the window was broken, full stop. It's okay. It's a complete sentence. Okay, the window was broken, full stop. But when we say by the young boy, we mention the person or the agent that did the action here, which is breaking the window. Okay, so by the young boy we have a prepositional phrase that gives us the idea of agency. Number 6, instrument. So an instrument here is like a pen, a hammer, or anything that you use to do something with. So I wrote with a pen. Okay, so I used a pen as an instrument to write with. Okay, so I wrote with a pen. With a pen is a prepositional phrase that gives us the idea of instrument. Alright, let's look at this exercise. Choose the meaning expressed by the prepositional phrase in the following sentences. So we discussed a few meanings. Here we have 4 of them. Place, time, manner, and instrument. Okay, place, time, manner, and instrument. Number 1, my office is located on Riyadh Road. So on Riyadh Road, what is this? What is the idea here? Is it a place? Is it a time? Is it manner or instrument? On Riyadh Road in this case is, of course, a place. Okay, so my office is located on Riyadh Road. On Riyadh Road is a place. So the choice here for number 1 is A, the place where my office is located. Number 2, he graduated college with a good GPA. He graduated college with a good GPA. Is this a place? No. Is it a time? Is it an instrument? No. So it is a manner. So the manner in which he graduated college is with a good GPA. So throughout college and after and until he graduated, he did this. He achieved graduation with a good GPA. So this is the manner in which he did this thing. Number 3, he fixed the door with a hammer. Okay, you notice we use the same preposition in 2 and 3, but they both give different meanings. So in this case, in number 3, he fixed the door with a hammer. This is an instrument. We used a hammer to fix the door. Okay, he used the hammer to fix the door. So this is the instrument he used to fix the door. So the choice is, of course, D. So number 3 is D, and it is different from number 2, which is C, manner. In number 4, they will visit us on Monday. So is this a place or a time or manner or instrument? It is time, of course. So they will visit us when? On Monday. So this is the time in which they will visit us. Number 5, the artist finished the sculpture with great talent. With great talent. So what is this? Is this a place? No, it's not. Is it a time? Is it an instrument? No, it's the manner in which he achieved something. So he finished the sculpture, he did the sculpture with great talent. So he used his great talent and he finished the sculpture. So with great talent is the manner in which he did the sculpture. He didn't do it sloppily, or he didn't do it badly. He did it with great talent because he is a good artist. Okay, so with great talent is the manner. In number 5, the correct choice is C. As you remember in the previous lecture, we talked about the functions of the NP, the noun phrase. Now we will talk about the functions of the PP, which is the prepositional phrase. Before we get into this, we remember the difference between form and function. So form is what a word or a phrase or a clause looks like, and function is the job that is done by a word or a phrase or a clause. So here we will see the job that is done by the prepositional phrase. So the first function is adjunct. Okay, so prepositional phrases can be adjuncts, and an adjunct is a word or a phrase or a clause that provides additional information. So additional, extra information about another noun, phrase or clause. Okay, so it is a word, a phrase or a clause that provides additional information about another word, phrase or a clause. Okay, I wrote noun here, but you should write word as well. So word, phrase or a clause. So it is additional. It is not necessary as the complement. We will compare the two in a minute. In the previous lecture we said the complement is necessary and it must be used because it completes the meaning. But here there is no completion. This is additional meaning. It is an optional part. It is optional, so it can be removed from the sentence. It is an optional part of the sentence. If we remove it, the meaning will be complete. Okay, will still be complete. There won't be any, the meaning will not suffer because we removed the adjunct. So the adjunct just gives additional information. So if we remove the adjunct, the meaning will still be complete and the sentence will still be grammatical. So the grammaticality of the sentence will still also be the same. It will not be affected and it will not turn into an ungrammatical sentence. Okay, so if we remove adjuncts, the meaning will still be complete and the grammaticality of the sentence will remain the same. It will not be become ungrammatical. Okay, so it is just for additional information about something else. So it is not a necessary part of the structure of a sentence, and as we said, they can be removed without lack of or suffering in meaning or grammaticality. Adjuncts are usually adverbials, and you will see what we mean by adverbials here in a second. So as an adjunct, a prepositional phrase, as we said, this is one of the functions of the prepositional phrase, is considered an adverbial phrase. So the prepositional phrase is considered an adverbial phrase because it does the same job as an adverbial. So an adverbial is a group of words that does the same job as an adverb. You might know the meaning of adverb before. It is a word that can tell us when, where or how something happened. Okay, so adverbials do the job, or they do the same job as an adverb, and an adverb is something that we use to say when, where or how something happened, And prepositional phrases, when they function as adjuncts, they are considered adverbials. Okay. Now let's take a few sentence examples here. So the man stood on a high platform. The man stood on a high platform. The man stood is a complete sentence, and we can just put full stop and that's it. Okay, he stood. So we have the complete meaning in this case. But when we add the adjunct on a high platform, we add additional meaning. We say where he stood. Okay, so we gave the place of the action here. So the man stood on a high platform. This is an adverbial of place. This is an example of adverbials of place. So on a high platform is a prepositional phrase. This is the form. It is an adjunct. This is the function. And as we said, adjuncts are not necessary. They can be removed if need be. So this phrase is an adjunct that tells us where something happened. Okay, so this is an adverbial of place. The next example, I finished the exam in 1 hour. This is an adverbial of time. Okay, it is an example of adverbials of time. It tells us when a person finished something. So he finished it in 1 hour, or the duration that he took to finish something. It gives us an idea about time. So I finished the exam in 1 hour. This is a prepositional phrase. It is an adjunct. We can remove it. We can just say I finished the exam, full stop. It's okay. There is no suffering in meaning. So I finished the exam, full stop is a complete sentence. It is grammatical. When we add in 1 hour, we add additional meaning using the prepositional phrase. So in 1 hour is an adjunct in this case as well. And it tells us when something happened. The third example, he finished the exam with little effort. He finished the exam with little effort. With little effort gives us manner. And we said here between the two brackets that it is another kind of adverbial. So we have other adverbials like this one that gives us manner. So he finished the exam with little effort. It took him little effort to finish the exam. So this tells us how something happened. In this case, how he finished the exam. He finished it with little effort. And in this case, with little effort is an adjunct, because we can say he finished the exam, full stop. It's okay. It is a complete sentence. But we add more meaning when we say with little effort. We give an idea about how this happened, how this person finished the exam. We have an important note, very important note here, the comparison between adjuncts and complements. Okay, so here we will compare the definition of adjuncts with complements. Complements, of course, were discussed in lecture 6, in the previous lecture. So as we said in lecture 6, a complement is necessary for the meaning to be complete. Okay, so we need complements if we want the meaning to be complete. If we remove a complement, the meaning will be incomplete and the sentence will be ungrammatical. Okay, so the meaning will be incomplete without the complement, and our sentence will become ungrammatical. Okay, it will become an ungrammatical sentence. On the other hand, in the case of adjuncts, an adjunct is not necessary. Okay, so it is not necessary for the completion of meaning. So it just adds additional information. It adds extra information to the sentence. Okay, so if we remove it, the sentence will still be grammatical. It will still be grammatical, and the meaning will still be there. Okay, we lost the extra information, of course, the additional information, but that it is not necessary for the completion of the meaning. Okay, the meaning is still there, but it might lack a few details, but it is still there. But without a complement, the meaning is lacking. Okay, we need a complement for the meaning to be complete. So the complement is necessary, the adjunct is not necessary for the completion of meaning. The second function of the prepositional phrase is the complement of the subject plus be. And this is similar to the noun phrase. If you remember, we said it can also function as the complement of subject plus be. So we have this example, the book, which is the subject, is the verb to be, okay, and on the desk is the prepositional phrase. Here it is the complement, because if we remove it, the meaning will not be complete. So if we say the book is, full stop, that is not a complete sentence, so it is ungrammatical. So the book is on the desk is a complement. So in this example, it is a complement of the subject, the book, and the main verb to be is. The third function is a post modifier in an MP. So we discussed noun phrases before, and we talked a bit about modifiers as well. We talked there are two kinds of modifiers: pre-modifiers that come before the head, and post-modifiers that come after the head. The desk is a noun phrase, and in the classroom is part of the noun phrase. In the classroom is a post-modifier, okay? It adds information about the desk. The desk in the classroom, we can take all this and we put it in its place. Okay, this is how you know that it is part of the noun phrase. So the desk in the classroom, we can say it instead of using the whole noun phrase. So the desk in the desk in the classroom is covered with books. We can say it is covered with books. Okay, so the desk in the classroom is one phrase. It is a noun phrase, and this noun phrase is composed of the noun phrase the desk and the prepositional phrase in the classroom. Okay, and we have in this case desk is the head, the is a modifier, it is a pre-modifier that comes before the head, desk, and in the classroom is a post modifier. The whole prepositional phrase, all of it in the classroom, all of it is a post modifier for the MP. Okay, or in the MP. So the desk in the classroom in this case is a post modifier. We can change the whole phrase to it. All right, so this is how you understand how this works. So in this example, in the classroom modifies the noun phrase or the MP, the desk. The MP is the head, and the PP or the prepositional phrase is a post modifier because it comes after the head. Remember, post means after. The fourth and final function of the prepositional phrase is the complement of an adjective. Okay, again, complement is something necessary for the completion of meaning. And here we can have complements for adjectives. So, for example, Ahmed is good at mathematics. Okay, so Ahmed is a subject, is a verb, and good is an adjective. We will discuss adjectives a bit in the coming lectures, but good is an adjective, and at mathematics is a prepositional phrase, and it gives us necessary information for the completion of the meaning in this sentence. So when we say Ahmed is good, you will wonder, what is he good at? Okay, what is he good at? So Ahmed is good. He is good at mathematics. Alright, so Ahmed is good at mathematics. At mathematics is a prepositional phrase, and it is the complement of the adjective good. As I said, adjectives will be discussed in more detail in the coming lectures. Now let's look at this exercise. Choose the correct function for the underlined PP or prepositional phrase. The first function, A, the complement of subject plus B. The function B, complement of an adjective. Function C, adjunct. And D, post modifier in an MP. So let's look at number 1. We finished our exam in 2 hours. We finished our exam in 2 hours. So what is this? Is it a complement, or is it an adjunct, or is it a post modifier? So first of all, it's not a post modifier. Okay, so we can't take exam in 2 hours, for example, and say it in its place, okay, or any other pronoun. So we finished our exam in 2 hours. This is not a post modifier for our exam, and it is not a complement, because we can say we finished our exam and full stop. We say we finished our exam, that's it. Okay, so the meaning is complete. But in 2 hours gives us more information. It gives us more information about the duration, the time. Okay, and this is why we call it an adjunct. So it is an adverbial to give us time, and it is additional, it is not necessary, and this is why we call it an adjunct. So in number 1, the correct answer is C. In number 2, we visited the big shop in the mall. We visited the big shop in the mall. So here we have we, which is the subject, and visited, which is the verb. The big shop in the mall is 1 unit, you notice. We can say we visited it. We visited it. Okay? So the big shop in the mall is not an adjunct in this case. Okay? So we need it in this case to complete the meaning. So we visited the big shop in the mall is needed to give us more information about the big shop. Okay, and this is why it is a post modifier. It is a post modifier for the MP, the big shop. Okay, so the big shop in the mall, we can all take it and put it in its place. Okay, so the big shop is a noun phrase, in the mall is a post modifier of the noun phrase, the big shop. So in this case, number 2, we visited the big shop in the mall, it is a post modifier. So D is the correct answer. So we can say we visited it. It is all a noun phrase. It is part of the noun phrase. In number 3, Muhammad is fluent in English. Muhammad is fluent in English. Okay, here we have Muhammad, which is the subject, is the verb, and fluent, which is an adjective. Fluent is an adjective, and in English completes the meaning of fluent. When you say Muhammad is fluent, you might ask, what is he fluent at? Okay, so is he fluent at this language, at that language? So we need in English to complete the meaning. So in this case, it is the complement of an adjective. So in number 3, the correct answer is B. It is a complement of the adjective fluent. Number 4, Ahmed was in his uncle's house. Ahmed was in his uncle's house. Here we have Ahmed, which is the subject. We have was, which is the verb to be. And we have in his uncle's house, which is necessary for the completion of the sentence. We can't say Ahmed was and stop. Okay, we need to complete it. There is something necessary for the completion of meaning that cannot be removed from the sentence. So in number 4, Ahmed was in his uncle's house. In his uncle's house is the complement of subject plus be. So in number 4, the correct answer is A. Ahmed was in his uncle's house. In his uncle's house is a complement of the subject Ahmed and the verb to be was. Finally, number 5, Ahmed's uncle has a big TV in his house. Okay, so Ahmed's uncle has a big TV in his house. Here we have Ahmed's uncle, which is the subject. We have has, which is a verb, and a big TV, this is a noun phrase, and in his house is a prepositional phrase. So what is the function of each? So Ahmed has a big TV. Of course, a big TV is a complement of the verb to be and the subject. So a big TV is a complement, as we discussed in the previous lecture. In his house is an adjunct, okay, because it is not necessary for the completion of the sentence. We can say Ahmed's uncle has a big TV. That's it. Okay, it is a correct, complete grammatical sentence. But if we add in his house, there is extra information, additional information. So Ahmed's uncle has a big TV where? In his house. So this answers the question where. Where does he have the big TV? So in his house functions as an adjunct. Okay, it is an adverbial of place. It gives us the idea of where this is located. So in his house is an adjunct. So in number 5, Ahmed's uncle has a big TV in his house. In his house is an adjunct, and the correct answer is C. So this is it for today's lecture. Hopefully you found it useful. and inshallah we will continue talking about different kinds of phrases, about forms, about functions, and then we will go even deeper, and we will get to more complex sentences that have more than one clause in the coming lecture. Thank you for listening.